Welcome everybody back to snowy London. Really, I don't think anybody's going to be going to work tomorrow, right? Because of course in London, any kind of adverse weather condition means total chaos. What we have here is my WH10 wire, which I want to talk to you about because I've super modded this bad boy to the point that it is the best wire ever in the history of wires. This is a fact. This is known to be a fact by many people, especially me.
Oh.
Nice. 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 Skills. Skills. Alright, you're showing off now.
Thank you.
Basically, I just wanted to let a bunch of people know that these aren't going to be basically binnable as soon as they start as soon as the parts start scratching, and as soon as you have a massive volume boost where you discover that you don't need many of the functions on this wire, because there are things that you can do, including true bypass, that don't actually cost a lot of money and aren't painfully difficult to do. So the first thing that I did was true bypass this. Note first of all, Velcro, but it's not stuck on the back. You just screw it down and you don't get all that nasty gunk stuck underneath here, and you know what, it doesn't come off when you pull it off your pedal board and you have to re-stick it, and it just gets less sticky, and then you have to put more Velcro on. It's a top tip for you. That's a kind of just an extra bonus tip that you get for tuning into my channel. So yeah, take the back off. It's actually not that complicated to true bypass this. I'm not a tech head, I'm not a mechanical, electrical engineer, whatever. I'm totally a newbie to any of this, and I just followed the instructions like ABC on the internet. Find your way around. There are a couple of places that tell you how to do this. The problem with a true bypass is that the switch is really chunky. The original switch that was in here was really small, and this switch actually comes almost up to the back of the top of this, so that actually when you press down, the circuit board actually presses down onto the back of the switch, which is a problem, right? So what you have to do is you have to elevate this switch so that it comes out further out of the board, which makes it basically that this thing then becomes really easy to click, to the point where you actually can turn it on by accident very easily. So what you then have to do, first of all, is replace the rubber foam that's in here, which is really foam and actually quite crap. It's pointless. It's just like the original foam that they put in this thing is like a useless bit of hard plastic that doesn't even compress at all, which kind of defeats the purpose in my opinion. So I went to the hobby shop and just bought some foam and stuck it on there with some super glue. Took the old bits off, so it's nice and squishy now. But I also actually dremeled. I don't know if I can actually get in there. But there's a little protrusion inside here that actually comes down and presses onto the top of the switch. What you have to do is, in order to enable the switch to have the space, because it's elevated, you have to cut that little protrusion off. So I used a Dremel, which is like a mini grinder thing, but I suppose you could use a hammer and a chisel, or something equally as barbaric. And that basically allows you to have the space so that you can turn this thing on and off appropriately. Jargamel. Say hello, Jargamel. So, for those of you that know the WH10 V2 and V1 and its cousins, you'll notice this little critter here, which is unique to this pedal. And I had this installed by a mod guy because I couldn't figure out how to do it online. And it only cost me like £15. So basically what this is, it's a dry output. And it doesn't get used by a lot of people as far as I know, but it goes out to a tuner. It doesn't actually have any specific function because your in and outs are actually at the back here. So the point of this is that you can take this out and replace it with a volume potentiometer, which enables you to max this up right to the top. Now, why would you want to do that, you ask? Well, because in this position where it's at 0, the actual wah effect is quite low intensity. It doesn't have the sweep, especially on the low end. The higher you turn it, the greater the sweep becomes, to the point here where you get like a really strong, vocally kind of frequency filter type sweep, which is what I love this wah for. It's not your usual wah. It's used to, it's obviously John Frusciante in the kind of Eddie Hazel from Funkadelic type sound. But the problem with this is, as soon as you crank it, especially if you're using a clean amplifier, in particular if you're using a clean amplifier, the more you turn it up to 10, it also simultaneously boosts the volume, which is a pain in the arse. And I don't mean a couple of decibels, I mean like double the volume. So what I've managed to figure out, to ask somebody to figure out on my behalf, is to actually tame down the volume boost while having the sweep at the maximum. So, piece of cake, right? You've got problem solved. And I can't understand why they haven't done this before, why they just didn't add this to the original thing. They either want to be true to the original schematic, but fine, whatever, And I think that just about covers it. I mean, people will complain about the fact that these pots go scratchy. And they do, and I've had this for like 2 years or a year and a half, and it has gotten a bit scratchy, but you know what? Get some deoxit. Get some filtered, whatever, cleaner, some spray stuff, get in there, get your hands dirty, spray the hell out of the thing, keep it maintained, and you're not going to have any problems. I also actually even add some deoxit spray to this here, so that when the pedal touches it and you actually kind of, sometimes when you're pressing the wire down, it accidentally touches the top of the switch, right, and it kind of sometimes can crackle a little bit. Just spray some spray down in here. Get it all stuck inside there, give it some practice runs there. You're A for away, you've got a fantastic wah, it's not going to be noisy, it works, it's true bypass, and it doesn't boost the hell out of your signal. So I'm going to give a quick little demo of this using some of my gear, but that's not the point of this video per se. I mean, it was just to tell you guys what's possible with this wah pedal if you're willing to invest a little bit of time and not pay £180 or whatever it is for the Wilson 10 Spot 2. Cheers.
Wow.